Hello everyone, good evening. So we are again about to discuss about our weekly stock picks, but for this time it's quite unusual because most of our stock picks today are in the mining sector. Mining or yeah, there's nothing much in oil. Yeah, it's more of mining. So we'll discuss about it in this video. I guess I have five stocks here. Also, I will pull out some news that can possibly affect the um, movement of those mining sectors. And on the other hand, let's just tackle some of or the PSEI, what's happening to the PSEI lately because it's moving kind of sideways or downtrend movement. All right. So in this video, again, we will discuss about the stock picks that I think that that could do good this week, or worse, or the other way around. You can always have a plan B or exit strategy if this stocks doesn't work well. All right. So please stay in this video, watch until the end, and for sure you will learn something. So watch this video out. All right, for those of you who doesn't know me, my name is Kevin Autea. You are watching this on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe there below, and you can also here. Actually, I've prepared it. You can all actually check my there. You can actually check my page. It's Kevin Autea. No? Right. So recently, there's a news that came out about um, the mining sector. So as you can see here in my page, I'm also posting news about the businesses. So it says here that some of the mining companies closed or suspended by the late Environment Secretary Gina Lopez will be allowed to resume operations. It was mentioned by Environment Secretary Royce Matu. Yeah, with regards to their permit, you can read the full article on the link attached or through the Philippine Star. So this was published July 23. So July 23 was last Thursday. So as you can see again, no, the stocks or the technicals moves first before the news. So the news came out 23, no, and of course today or last Friday 24 is the succeeding day of this one. Let's check now the stocks. We have nickel, FNI, APX, LC, and PX. As you can see here, July 23, when the news came out, unfortunately, the stock went down by 4%, or I think most of the stock went down by 4%, or I mean, went down yesterday or last Thursday. By the way, if you are new to this video, I'm using Instagrams here, and I pulled out the RSI, MACD, volume, and 3 EMAs such as the 20, 50, and 100. I also have the 200 as the backup. Alright. For the nickel, again, the basic thing that we must do is to draw a pattern. Right? For this one, and maybe a higher trend for this one. As looking at the RSI, it's above the 50, so the trend is strong, the trend is good. The MACD is quite playing around its signal line and MACD line. And also here, there's a big volume that had happened, especially when there is a price movement like for these areas. Let me box that one. Like for these areas, all right, these areas, and finally this last area. So one thing I noticed here is that every time the stock, or I'll pull up a full screen, move up, it eventually went down for like, let's draw the Fibonacci, 50%, right? 50%, no? And for this one, see, it's almost, or it happened twice that it is retracing up to 50%. So maybe if last Friday, this is, we could consider this as the top most part of the chart, no, or the pattern, we can use that as the top most part, then hit the 50 levels, maybe it could retrace around this area or the 20-day moving averages. Looking at the long term or the moving averages, the 20, or the 20 just crossed the 100. So there's one more good sign that we are waiting to see. It's the 50 to cross above the orange one, which is the 100-day moving average. Long term wise, or horizontal, or let's use first the Fibonacci here. So we can use this area as the 38% retracement part or resistance, this one and this one. So what I can see here is that the next resistance line would be around that area. So maybe if we're going to draw a pattern, let me just use this one. Yeah, that area. Now we can see, hold on, we can see that the stock could move around this area right here. Right here. Yeah, or retrace again 50%. It depends. So that's the trend of nickel, or that's how I see nickel. Next, we have FNI, another nickel company. Global Ferronickel Holdings. All right. So same goes with nickel. RSI is above 50. And so as the MACD lines, it's above the zero area. Volume wise, so excuse me, quite volume wise, same, no? If there's a big movement, we can also see a big movement in the volume right here. There, no? And the moving averages, or the EM, using EMA here, the EMA is quite aligning to a ascending order, meaning 20, 50, and 100. No? So looking at it at this point, maybe we could use this one as its support area. All right. And resistance area may be this one. So there's a pattern up, down, then maybe we could see that this price will go until this point and being resisted by this line. So as what we can see in the pattern. Now, looking at the horizontal resistance lines of this one, I'm going to use here the Fibonacci to help me find the resistance areas of this one. So here, now this is the next resistance. Then the next resistance line, I can plot it on that area. Now, if we are going to use this pattern, let's try, no? Extend this one. Maybe it will pull back around this area. Then go up again around that area. So that's the pattern that we could see. All right. Next, APX. There's a common, no? Almost symmetrical for most of these mining companies, or their trend usually. No? Let's check APX. APX had some oversold levels, but for this stock, it's a good sign. It's not a bad sign for an oversold stock. MACD has bounced back up again versus the signal line. The volumes are good. supporting the movement of the price. As you can see here, one of my favorite moves is that this one, no? There's a diagonal resistance line that had been broken, then it finally went out. As you can see here, it's easy to say that the trend is moving on our direction or on our plan, but executing this one is really kind of challenging, and um, what you call this, you need to stick with your rule decision when it comes to this one, right? Let's check the uptrend of this one right there. No, so it's being supported by again the 20 EMA and maybe this resistance line here at this area. No? Horizontal resistance line of this one, we can see that here, right? Why? Because of this area, these points. And the next one that I can see, maybe I could use this one. Why? Again, because of this point and these areas right here. And lastly, here naman. No? Why? Because of this point, and this point. So that's the possible resistance line that we could see for APX. Maybe it could bounce back down below here, no? Right there, or I mean, and it could bounce back up right here. So, oh, I almost forgot. Maybe let's just run down the risk management later. No? So I still have two. The risk management are the what if. No, what if this stock didn't went through or push through with our on the good side of this one. So there will be bad side of this one also. This one we have Lepanto Consolidated Mining. No? Let's do the horizontal, or this one. So it breaks out from the resistance line. The MACD is okay, very nice over this zone, this area, and are above 50. As you can see, if it went above the 50 RSI, it consistently it goes hand in hand with the trend already, supported by the 3 EMAs or moving averages for this one. So imagine if you have rode this one. For me, maybe I could ride this one around this area. Maybe this area. No, then should have gained around around 48%. No? So there you have it. The next resistance line that we can see for LC will be here, the nearest one, the wick or the extension of the candlestick around 1380. Now 1380, the next resistance line for that one. And I can see this area. No, maybe we could use that area 1530 for the next resistance line of LC. Now, if 0.138 will be broken. No? Then lastly, PX. Now, before we proceed with the risk management, or the what ifs of these stocks, what we can see here is that the 3 moving averages are aligning already. No? Then MACD is very good. RSI quite oversold. No, we could expect a bit of a retracement after this area, but we can also expect a bounce from the support areas, like for this diagonal support line or the 50 EMA. Looking back at this one, let's check. Where could we plot this one? Let me just zoom this out even more. Right here. Right there. some resistance area. Maybe that's it. That's the next one that we could see, or this one as well. Why? Because of these common points. Yan. So you can plot it naman based on your where do you see the common points of this one. So um, it could go still up here, then maybe retrace back, or as the RSI shows, it's quite oversold. Maybe it could retrace back to that area before it finally headed up. Will be headed up here around that area, the next resistance line of the stock. Now for the risk management, that's the video that I will post next. No, my rule, or the common rule that I see is that they are cutting their losses at around 3 to 5%. So if you will cut it this one, maybe around 5%, or where will the or around the 20 EMA area right here, maybe you could cut it, like for this one, it's playing around the 20 EMA, so be careful. Maybe you could choose to cut it below 20 EMA, like for this one, because if you cut it all along the 20 EMA, it might give you a false alarm, or what they call that, weak hands, parang ganun. That's the one thing that I am practicing as well, kasi you are sticking to your rule, then the chart will test you, that you shouldn't sell early. Let's check on FNI. FNI, same thing, the 20 EMA. So how big is that? Yeah, again, around 5% loss. But again, still it depends on the trend pala, let's say nickel. Like for this one, diba, the loss here is around 4, the loss here is around 5. So, diba, it's not yet advisable to sell. So there are two options, moving averages, or you will stick to your core of 3 to 5%. It will still depend on the trend, FNI, or the behavior, or what they call the DNA of the stock. 20 EMA right there, the blue one, or 5% area, because this one is around 6%. So again, if you if you have a weak hands, or what they call, dapat you should have sold it already around this area. APX, same, but this one has a strong support line right there, so that could be around, that's quite small, around 5 to 6%. This support line will hold, or this EMA also. For LC, let's check on its previous trend if there's a sudden drop of movement. There's a quite drop of movement here. Slow drop. I mean, it is only like around 7% drop of share price for the recent one. So my only not fear maybe, or my only reminder for this one is that for this stocks, there will come a time that maybe this stock could go down drastically, but because it's only driven by news as of the moment. Next is PX. For the PX, the retracement of this one, again, 5% around here, this area. You could also use this as a resistance area. I mean, support. Wait lang. Yeah, support area. Yeah. Also, again, the 20 EMA as its support, as it goes towards, or goes upward on this area. Alright, finally, let's just check the PSEI. MACD wise, it's not doing well, so as the RSI and the volume. So we can see a kind of weak PSE for the next days, maybe. Especially if the 20 EMA will still cross below this 50 EMA. So that's really a bad sign for us. Right, for this one. if this one breaks out from this resistance right there, so that could be a good sign for the stock already. Yeah, so we have a pattern here, no? One, maybe we could use a 2, 3, and then a shorten one, 4, 5. If this one bounce back up here or push through about there, so let's see how will Monday react to the previous one. So yeah, most of the stocks that we tackled today are more on mining company, maybe again driven by this news, no? So we still don't know, or maybe that's quite a catalyst or an insider, no? So that the mining sector will be a source of income again for most of the stock. All right, so that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. If you learned something, please hit the like button, subscribe. So as I make weekly or at least twice a week videos about the stock market. So stay tuned. I will discuss in the next videos the importance of setting target profit and cutting loss or setting or stop loss. That's the one important thing that we must consider. All right. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe and please stay safe and God bless. Thank you.
Pwede ka na mag-isip-isip mo. Technical yan naman. Yes. Ibig sabihin, ito yung resistance niya, the break niya. Hindi mo to alam kung wala kang technical sa chart. Unlike dito kapag bumili.
Tapos pag bumili ka dyan, tapos pag
Dito?
nag-ano siya ng paakyat, hindi ka na magpapakya.
Pwede. There's a trend, di ba? May line dito eh. Again, kanina yun yung resistance, di ba? Na alam nila hanggang dito lang yung price, kaya bibenta na sila.